Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Wednesday workout. We are going to max out a back squat movement and then our 2 versions of pull-ups, okay? Let's begin with the warm-up. It's going to be 2 rounds. Each round starts with cardio, 3 minutes on the first round, 2 minutes on the second round, and then we're going to do some toe touch to overhead reach. So this is another slow, stretchy one. Reach way up high, get up on your toes. And then on the way down, make sure you're tucking your chin to your chest, rolling your upper back, middle back, lower back, right? Feel all the good motion that's supposed to be there in the spine. Excuse me. And then later in the plank, we're going to brace that, okay? So you feel the contrast of those 2 demands on the spine. One is for motion with no load on it, and the other is for rigidity with load on it, and that's how the spine should be operated. All right, Cossack squat is next. So we're sitting down, hamstring touching the calf on the knee that's bent, both heels on the ground, and hanging off of something is a wonderful way to get really deep and get a good stretch out of it, but you can do this freestanding on the floor as well if you want to. Next one is that front plank. It could be elbows or hands, but practice getting into a really good braced spine position and then squeezing your abs, squeezing your glutes, and being really firm there. And that is the tension that we want to take into the squats when we do them. All right, scap pull-ups and kips are next because we'll be warming up the shoulders. But warming up the shoulders is helpful for both the squats and for the pull-ups because a good shoulder position, a good rack position on your back is extremely helpful for maintaining a good braced core and getting the best result on your back squat, right? So scap pull-ups is our vertical movement with the shoulders and shoulder blades, and then our kip is forward reverse, right? And I'm demoing it with my feet on the ground so that I can provide a little bit of support, and I'll get a little bit more motion out of my shoulders when my whole body weight is not hanging off of them. So if you got tender shoulders like old Matt does here, take some load off of them and just get a good stretch out of that. And then in the later rounds, you can build up to a more aggressive movement, okay? 5 reps of the warm-up squat. So have your bar in the rack, set it up. In your warm-ups, make sure you're getting extra low, right? Stretch out those hips, stretch out those ankles, rock left and right, and get all the corners cleared up of those joints before you get into the loaded version of the squats, okay? So that is our first exercise. Back squat is the standard one. Several people have been working on front squats though. It's a totally valid alternative if you would like to try that. Just know that you will lift the most weight with the back squat. You will work on your clean receiving position the most with the front squat and work more on your upper back and the posture muscles with the front squat. The range of motion should be from a full standing position down to the crease of your hips, going clearly below the top of the knee, not just in line with the knee, but clearly below, and then squeezing and standing tall. That is the standard range of motion. Many people have either a hip impingement or a knee strain issue or an ankle strain issue that prevents them from getting down that low. So, but just make sure that you are comparing apples to apples. So if you could do 250 with, below parallel squat, but then you did 300 and you didn't go below parallel, those are not the same movements. And I would not say I got stronger based on that result, okay? So make sure that you're holding yourself to a very high standard on the movement, range of motion, and that this is one where one of the 2 movements, the bench press and the back squat, where it is possible to get trapped underneath the bar. So before you go and do that lift that you've never done before, make sure that you're talking to your friends surrounding you and your coach, and we're using spotters for this. 2 spotters on the sides is usually the safest way to do it. 1 spotter behind you is good also, but just a little bit more dangerous. And then the person who is lifting while you are being spotted, no matter how hard it gets or how tired you get, you cannot stop pushing up on the bar, because 2 people trying to catch the bar from the side is still not a really good situation. It should be 3 people at all times when you are getting spotted, okay? Pull-ups is the next one. So there's 2 versions here. There's kipping pull-ups and then there's strict pull-ups for weight, and that is what this belt and weight are. So the belt goes around your waist and you go do a strict pull-up and try to get as much weight as you can. That may be like something that's really far-fetched if you can't do a single unassisted pull-up. So this could be just an attempt at an unassisted pull-up or an attempt at the lightest or smallest band that you can use for a strict pull-up. Any of those are totally fine. As far as order goes, I would recommend that you do the kipping pull-ups second if you are going to do the combination, right? So, and the reason why is that the repetitive, lighter, higher rep kipping pull-up max set will affect your strength lift more than the strength lift will affect the kipping pull-ups. So, and this is the one where it is totally fine to just pick one or the other. You do not have to do both. I would like everyone to do the squat, and I would like everyone to do some version of the kipping, of the pull-ups, but you do not have to do all three of them, okay? All right, I think that's it for today. Hope you guys have a great one, and I'll see you on Thursday.